Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me today. We are channeling a message from Nike, the Greek goddess. Before we do that, I want to let you know that I'm giving away a free personalized tarot reading, and all you have to do to qualify is give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and type manifesting miracles in the comment section below. I'll be announcing the winner on August 4th, 2024. All right, I want to let you know that I am going to be giving you a little bit of background about the goddesses, gods, deities, ascended masters, spiritual beings that I channel on this channel. And I'll put that after I introduce those cards. That way, if you don't want to listen to that, you can just skip past it, but I'll also include a timestamp. So for the first reading, we have Angel of Strength, which is card number 50. For the second reading, we have Strategy, which is card number 21. And for the third reading, we have Victory, which is card 28. So let your intuition guide you. Whichever stone or image you're most drawn to is probably the reading meant for you, and you'll find a link to that reading in the description box below. In ancient times, when the world was still young and the realms of gods and titans intertwined, the universe was filled with awe-inspiring beings of immense power. Among these beings were the titans, the primordial deities who ruled before the Olympian gods. Among them was Pallas, a titan known for his wisdom and prowess in battle. Pallas was a formidable force, respected and feared by many. One day, Pallas encountered Styx, the beautiful and enigmatic goddess of the river Styx. Styx was more than just a river deity. She embodied the sacred oaths sworn by gods and mortals alike. Her waters flowed with an ethereal power that could bind promises and invoke unbreakable vows. Pallas was captivated by her strength and grace, and Styx in turn was drawn to his wisdom and valor. Their union was one of mutual respect and admiration. Together, they decided to bring forth new life, children who would embody the virtues and strengths of both parents. In the hidden sanctuaries of the ancient world, away from the watchful eyes of other deities, Styx gave birth to their first child, Nike, the personification of victory. Nike's birth was marked by an extraordinary event. As she emerged into the world, a radiant light filled the skies, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of laurel leaves, a symbol of victory. Her arrival was heralded by the songs of birds and the harmonious sounds of nature, as if the world itself was celebrating the birth of a new champion. From a young age, Nike exhibited remarkable abilities. She possessed an innate sense of speed and agility, able to move with unparalleled swiftness. Her wings, shimmering with golden feathers, allowed her to soar through the heavens, a beacon of hope and triumph. Pallas and Styx nurtured her, teaching her the importance of strength, honor, and the unwavering pursuit of victory. Nike was not alone. She had 3 siblings who also embodied significant virtue. Kratos, strength; Baia, force; and Zealous, zeal, were her constant companions. Together they formed a formidable group, each contributing their unique qualities to the cause of justice and order. As Nike grew, the world underwent significant changes. The Titans' rule was challenged by a new generation of gods led by Zeus, the son of Kronos and Rhea. Zeus sought to overthrow the Titans and establish a new order on Mount Olympus. Recognizing the potential in Styx and her children, Zeus sought their alliance. Styx, honoring her own values and recognizing Zeus's vision, was the first to pledge her loyalty to him. She brought her children, including Nike, to stand with the Olympians. Nike, with her unwavering spirit and determination, became a crucial ally to Zeus. Her presence inspired the Olympians, and her swift movements and strategic mind played a key role in many battles. During the battle with the Titans, Nike's abilities shone brightly. She guided Zeus and his allies, offering counsel and fighting alongside them. Her presence was a constant reminder of the possibility of victory, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As the war progressed, it was Nike's guidance and valor that often turned the tide in favor of the Olympians. After the Titans were defeated and Zeus established his rule on Mount Olympus, Nike was honored for her contributions. She became a close companion of Zeus, often depicted by his side, her wings symbolizing the swiftness and certainty of victory. Temples and altars were dedicated to her, and she was invoked in prayers and rituals by those seeking success and triumph. Hello, pile number 1. You chose the tiger's eye, which is said to help transform negative energies into self-confidence and courage. It's also a very grounding and protecting stone. You also chose card number 50, Angel of Strength. And 50 reduces to 5, which is a number of strength. With her golden wings, she does have a little bit of a Nike in her. So we'll see how these energies fold into the rest of your message from Nike. And if you're ever interested in the cards that I use, I'll put a link in the description box below, along with the name of the cards in case you're interested in getting some yourself. All right, Nike, what message do you have for pile number 1? All right, we have Vesta, the hearth. And look at that, 32, 5. And this reminds me of the flame on top of Mount Olympus. All right, and we have Leo. Wow, there is a lion here in this card with the strength. And then we have Leo here, shine. And look at that, hearth shining. I feel like the hearth of your body, you know, your body is your temple. The hearth of your body is your heart. So letting your heart shine, your inner light shine, your soul, your spark. And Jupiter, abundance. All right, you know, the tiger's eye also is connected to financial success. So perhaps that is what Nike is assisting you with. It does say on this card, ambition. And if you didn't listen to the story of Nike, you can always go back. It's time-stamped for you to give you a little background on her. Oh my goodness. Okay, 23, 2 and 3 is 5. We have the 5 here, 32, 5, and the 50, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. There are positive changes about to happen. For some of you, they may already be happening. Wow. Okay, let's get some tarot cards and see how these positive changes are coming about. You're about to just expand in a big way, in a Jupiter way, in a Leo way. This is, and you know, Vesta, this fire, this flame was kept lit at all times. So whatever this cycle is that you're about to enter, this positive change, it's going to last for years. This is maybe for the rest of your life. All right, I'm so excited for you, pile number 1. Let's see. 8 of Vessels, rebirth. And 8 is a number of abundance. I love the word rebirth after all of this change. So perhaps you are coming out of something dark or scarce, and now you're having this rebirth, this huge expansion. The green woman. All right, this I believe would be the high priestess. So let me just make sure. Nope, I take it back. It's actually the Empress. So we have rebirth, and then we have the Empress. Usually the Empress is depicted as a pregnant woman, pregnant with an idea, pregnant with creativity, about to give birth to something. You are about to give birth to something big, something huge. It's growth, it's fertility, again, expansion. Wow. Nike, it's like your ambition, your hard work is about to pay off. Balance. The forest lovers, that is more balance. All right. This expansion is bringing balance into your life, a balance of power, a balance of yin and yang, a balance of your bank account if that's been feeling low. The moon and water. Let's get one more card. The Nine of Stones, which is like the Nine of Pentacles. Tradition. All right, let's see what all of these cards together are telling us. Okay, the Eight of Vessels, you know, in addition to rebirth, and it actually does, you know, the way it's flowing, it is like birthing something, is leaving something behind that no longer serves you, that no longer resonates with you. You are raising your vibration, and as such, there may be habits, situations, relationships, people, communities, places that no longer resonate with you because it just doesn't feel comfortable because your vibration is higher. And with Nike and the Angel of Strength, what I see is that you have now got this strength like the Leo. And you have the strength, the confidence, the power to set yourself free, to walk away from, and it could be more than one thing. It can be more than one thing that no longer is in alignment with who you are. And the green woman or the Empress, you know, it is like a mother nature. You see all these naturey symbols in here. We see these animals and all this green, all these leaves. It's very nurturing. And so sometimes it's about self-care and self-love. So you're recognizing your worth, and you are appreciating yourself and taking care of yourself in a loving way. You're realizing that you love yourself enough to not put up with whatever this is anymore. And it's, you know, put up with or just to walk away from it. It's just, you don't need this. You've learned these lessons and you're ready for some new adventure, some new horizon. And I'm just, you know, with the lion here and Nike, an angel of strength, I'm really getting this sense of power and empowerment. It's like what you're leaving behind you was making you feel disempowered or just draining your strength, draining your shine, tarnishing your shine. Because with balance or temperance here and then the lovers, what I see is you're entering a phase of harmony and balance, balance within yourself, balance of your own energies, and then entering into a phase where the relationships, the places, the communities that you belong to, there is more equilibrium. It's like whatever this was, there was this, something was out of balance. And you're walking away from this situation, this energy, and you're doing this because you love yourself and you recognize that you're worth it, that you deserve this. Look at how these leaves are kind of like a lion's mane. You know, a lion is just, whether they're male or female, they are powerful and they're at the top of the food chain. So it's that kind of power. But I see you still being kind and compassionate. You're just, you know, you're done with this. Like I said, you're moving on to bigger and greater things. This is a huge, huge expansion. And then you have the moon, which is you facing your fears. You know, something that was in your subconscious mind. Maybe you had some kind of revelation, or you've just had enough. That's really what I keep hearing, that you've just had enough of this and you're ready to face your fears. It's, you know, what's coming to mind is that phrase that some people are more comfortable with the devil they know than the devil that they don't. But at this point, you feel like whatever is out there, no matter how scary it is, it's got to be better than this. And it is so much better, better and bigger than you even dreamed. The 9 of Stones is like the 9 of Pentacles, and it's independence. It's being able to enjoy the finer things in life on your own because of your own power, your own actions, your own ambition, your own work. It's setting yourself free, having the freedom to do what you want, not being controlled by others, having the resources to be who you want to be, go where you want to go, do what you want to do. I want to read to you what the guidebook says about these cards because they're kind of saying the same thing. It's really hitting home. And look at all of these 5s. And look at this. Balance, 15 or 14. That's another 5. So I feel like that's really the key, is this Temperance card, is there was this imbalance of power. And you're taking your power back. You're not giving away your power anymore. You are empowered, and it's just creating this beautiful harmony within you and within your relationships. Because it's, what they're showing me is a seesaw. All right. And it's like when you give up your power, it's like when you're up in the air on the seesaw. Right? And then what you figured out is, you know what? All I have to do is just go a little bit further down on that seesaw, and now I'm equal to this person over here. And it's going to be like this with across the board, you know, at work, in communities, with new friendships, new partners, maybe for some of you within current relationships and situations. But I do see you leaving something behind and just having this whole new experience as your new self. I love that it says rebirth. All right, let me get the guidebook for these cards and read to you what it says. For Vesta, it says, Vesta calls you to be a hearth fire, to share yourself for the benefit of all, but still have enough energy left to live healthfully and give again another day. The second largest and brightest asteroid between Jupiter and Mars was named after Vesta, the oldest goddess of hearth, home, the family, and the center of a strong community. The fire in her temple was never allowed to go out. All right, you heard the dogs confirming it. The fire in her temple was never allowed to go out, and the fire in the hearth of every home was sacred to her. She did not get involved in politics or the misadventures of other gods. All right, and then this card, Leo, shine, it says, shine for the benefit of all. Leo's lion symbol asks you to be brave, be visible, share from your heart, and warm all of those around you. Leo is a fixed fire sign ruled by the sun and is connected to the heart, liver, and upper back. The sun shimmers here. Be visible, light up the room, but also honor the light within others. So I love that. Again, we're getting this message of your power, of your light, and of you shining. I'm seeing you with your solar plexus lit up like a sun and you radiating your light on others. Please put something in the comments about what it is that you're working on, because I feel for many of you, this isn't just about you walking away from something, leaving something behind, but it's about you bringing something into the world, into the 3D. And I know there are so many people that watch this channel that are writing books or creating oracle cards or tarot cards or starting retreats or helping animals. So whatever that is, it's about to just explode and expand. Let me read to you what the book says about the Jupiter card. All right, Jupiter symbolizes how we expand our world through education, law, philosophy, travel, abundance, and an expansive spirit. Jupiter, the traditional ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces, is a huge gas giant, 2.5 times the volume of all other planets put together. It takes 12 years to circle the zodiac, spending roughly 1 year in each sign. Named for the ruler of all the gods and surrounded by 79 known moons, Jupiter never does anything in small proportions. So, you know, of all the zodiacs, Leo is known to be the biggest because its planet is the sun, and it's Leo, it's the lion. If you're into astrology, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have to be a Leo, but it's this big kind of energy. And then to emphasize that, we have Jupiter, which is a huge planet, bigger than all the planets put together. So it doesn't get any bigger than that. Whatever this is that you are creating, whatever it is that you are leaving behind and pursuing, this is huge for you on a personal level, but also I see on all levels in how you create your resources, how you move through the world, how you exist in relationships and communities, how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. It's absolutely beautiful. The only caveat or little message is to just make sure that you shine your light on others, because when you're as big as Jupiter or the sun, you may overshadow others. So be magnanimous and benevolent and gracious and give other people the spotlight from time to time. Pile number 1, please let us know what you're doing. This is an absolutely amazing message. Thank you, Nike, for delivering such a beautiful message. Congratulations. Enjoy this amazing period of growth and expansion. Absolutely love it for you. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Shattukite Chrysocolla, which helps ease heartache, release tension. It helps you to better understand other people, improves relationships, increases your creativity. And you also chose card number 21, strategy. So you may be trying to figure out your next best move. And I feel for many of you, there's something about journaling. Maybe some of you are writing, but journaling your thoughts. I'm getting a message that if you, let's say you are struggling with communication with other people or relationships, that taking time to journal about it will help improve your communication. In fact, what Nike is showing me is let's say you receive an email and you have a perception of what the email means, like maybe what the subtext is, what the person's intention is. And so you want to reply, but at the same time, you want to reply at a higher vibing level than maybe what you received. And so what I see is that you can write an email first, like a rough draft, and then leave it, come back and read it. And when you go to sit down and write it the second time, to really connect with your higher self and see you and that other person working together or resolving anything that may have come up in the best and highest good for everyone involved. It's this kind of energy of just kind of stepping back and analyzing things. Really interesting. Thank you, Nike, for that. All right, let's get some oracle cards, which I do list all the decks that I use in the description box below. And if I have a link of where you can find them, then I'll include that as well. Nike, what message do you have for pile number 2? What message do you have for pile number 2? All right, we have Pallas Athena, think. Pallas is just that word by itself. That is Nike's father. Very interesting. If you listened to the story, if you didn't, you can always go back and listen to the story about where Nike came from. But also one of her symbols is olive tree. And look at this, looks like this looks like it could be Nike's card. And it's a 30, which reduces to 3, and the 21 reduces to 3. So you already got 2 3s. So you may be seeing 3s or 333. All right, very interesting. And again, think, stop and think, strategizing. Wow, okay, I'm already loving this. Thank you, Nike. Okay, I think this one wants to come out. Aries, act. All right, think before you act. Think before you speak. Taking time to analyze and strategize before you do or say anything. And, Nike was a great warrior. She was amazing on the battlefield because she was a great strategist, but she also knew how to fight. And certainly Aries, you know, is like the god of war. So there's a connection there. Let's get some more information. What message is Nike giving pile number 2? All right, series nurture. What I'm hearing is make love, not war. So again, back to, you know, what Nike showed me in the beginning of when you go to send that email, instead of, you know, coming from the energy of, I'll show them, they're going to say this to me, you know, I'm going to show them and say this thing back to them. Instead of keeping that energy of conflict or struggle going back and forth, stop it and come from a place of love, come from a place of nurturing. How can I work within this situation? And an email is just an example. It doesn't have to necessarily be an email or work. It could be it could be a text, it could be a conversation, but just stopping and thinking, just taking a breath. You know, if you're in person communicating with someone, just stopping and take a breath, staying curious, asking them, you know, what did you mean by that? Rather than just immediately volleying back from hurt or anger or anything like that. Instead, just be the bigger person, be nurturing. And of course, it doesn't mean to, you know, be a doormat. That's not the energy that I'm getting. But just be the bigger person. Let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages we get. Very interesting. All right. Balance. Okay, so this is the Temperance card. And look at the dragons. I know there are some watchers here that channel dragon energy or feel very connected to the dragon energy. And it looks a little bit, you know, like the caduceus symbol, right? Which in the United States, that's a symbol of medicine, healing. And so I'm feeling, you know, healing something within relationships, healing through communication. So again, this could be healing with a book that you write, healing with content that you create, healing with a song that you sing, but also healing within relationships with the way that you communicate and bringing balance into relationships, being the person, really the bigger person that is more powerful, but in a gentle way. Yeah, winning. I'm hearing also that the pen is mightier than the sword. All right, the Four of Stones, protection. And the Four of Stones would be like the Four of Pentacles. Protecting what you have, I'm hearing. The Six of Vessels, which is like the Six of Cups. This could be nostalgia, memories, good memories. It can also be creating new memories. And the Seer. So the Seer is the High Priestess. So seeing things in a different way. And you know, I felt my throat starting to clog, tighten as I pulled these two cards, which I feel that there is a block in your throat chakra. So communication for some of you could be a struggle. And so I see you healing that within yourself so that you communicate in a new way. And I see that you begin to see things in a different way. You begin to, when we look at this particular version of the high priestess or the seer, we see her scrying, looking into a basin of water to see something, to divine something. And it's like seeing beyond the reflection. So when somebody, maybe there's a tone in their voice, or there's something about what they say or how they say it, what you're going to begin to see is that you're going to begin to see the wounds in that person that now is being expressed through how they communicate. And you're not going to receive what they say in a personal way. Instead, you're going to see them as wounded, and you're going to be able to be nurturing with your communication. So for some of you, this is just about your throat chakra and you leveling up with how you communicate with others, how you receive what they say. And for some of you, you are writing something or creating something that is going to be very healing for the world, for a community. Let's get some more cards. All right, the 10 of arrows, which is like the 10 of swords, instruction. And swords are about communication. And here it says instruction. So maybe some of you are even writing about how to communicate within a love relationship, or how to communicate within a work relationship. But 10s are also the end of a cycle, the completion of something. So whatever struggle you have experienced with communication, I see that coming to an end, because you're going to begin to see people and conversations, relationships in a new way. You're going to begin to see how people express themselves in a new way, and you're going to be more compassionate with them. And it's just going to shift the energy it's going to shift the dynamics within relationships when you're communicating with others. And again, for those of you that are writing something, I see that you're right on target and you're about to complete something, complete a book, complete a chapter, complete some cycle, maybe publish something on in a book, or publish something on the internet, some site, maybe some content. And the King of Stones, what a great card to end with. So this would be like the King of Pentacles. And look what he's doing, howling at the moon. So some of you are singing. I see some of you in a literal way using your voice to heal others, but also for some of you, because this is Pentacles, you are going to be compensated in a tangible way for this gift and recognized. I also see you just, healing yourself by singing. You can do this this is a good way to open your throat chakra, is to sing. Sing in the shower, sing in the car. Even if you don't think you have a good voice, you can do this while you're by yourself and just sing. That vibration that you create is going to open up your throat chakra and help you to shift and end and grow how you communicate. I love that. There's also a message with the King of Stones and the Four of Stones. The Four of Stones, look at this rock up here balancing on these other stones. So something about balancing your finances. And then you end with the King of Stones, which is the highest card, the highest court card in the suit of stones, which again is like pentacles. And this is the energy of somebody who is very wise and mature with their money and has a balanced bank account, a stable income. So if you feel like you're, just teetering, maybe living paycheck to paycheck, I see that this change in your strategy, and that being through your communication and how you communicate with others, how you receive others' communication, that is going to put you on target for being at this highest level of the suit, this energy of the King of Stones or the King of Pentacles, being balanced and mature and practical with your money. Really a great message. If you're writing, if you're singing, if you feel like, yes, your throat chakra has been blocked and you want it to open up, even this stone helps with that. It helps you to see people in a different way, to view relationships in a different way. So I hope that if it resonates, you'll put something in the comments below. I love reading about all of your projects and your journeys. Claim it. Give me a thumbs up. Keep that energy flow in balance. It costs you nothing but to push a button, but it really does help. It just shows that you are acknowledging energetically what you receive from this reading. And please leave a comment because, again, I love to read what y'all are doing. Best of luck to you, pile number 2. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the yellow citrine. And the yellow citrine is connected to the solar plexus. So it increases your confidence, your personal power. It helps you to attract more positive energy. It's a protective stone. It disperses or dispels, reflects negative energy. It increases positivity in yourself, happiness, joy, and attracts abundance. And you also chose the card Victory, which this card, with the golden wreath, looks very much like Nike. And in fact, the Roman version of Nike is Victoria, where the word that we get victory from. And we see the laurel wreath here of, what the winners were crowned with. And this is card number 28, which is number 10. And that is the number of completion and achievement. So let's see what message Nike has for you today, pile number 3. We're going to start with some oracle cards, and I do list all the oracle cards that I use in the description box below, along with a link of where you can find them if I have it. All right, Nike, what message do you have for pile number 3? I feel this card. Juno. Partnership. Okay. And opposition, confrontation. Interesting. So maybe either within a partnership, you're experiencing some opposition, you're butting heads with your partner, or perhaps there is another relationship, like a work relationship, or even just an energy that you feel is opposing you at this time, that you're going to turn into a partnership. And 11th house, community. All right. Definitely see a theme going here with all three of these cards about relationships. Let's get some tarot cards and see if we can get some more information. What does Nike want pile number 3 to know at this time? All right, we have 6 of arrows, which is like the 6 of swords. And what that is leaving troubled waters for calmer waters. Leaving troubled waters behind in search for smooth sailing. And I love that their boat is shaped like a swan. So it really does feel like going to another realm, to another portal. The Knight of Vessels, which is like the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is, it can be an offering or a proposition, a proposal. And this one is an eel. And there is an electricity that is associated with the Knight of Vessels. All right, let's get some more information and energy. Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. So the Ace of Bows is like the Ace of Wands. And we see here this fire starting. It's that first spark before the fire begins. All this, sometimes a lot of energy goes into creating that first spark, but this is like a gift from the universe. This is the creative spark is what I'm hearing. The beginning of some creative pursuit, creative project. Perhaps you are going to be offered an opportunity to use your creative talents for something. Let's get another card. The Ace of Stones, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so I think you are going to be offered some kind of opportunity to use your creative abilities, whatever craft you are in, whatever field, whatever knowledge or passion that you have. Somebody is going to offer you an opportunity to use that creativity and be willing to pay you for it or give you something for it, some exchange of energy, because the Ace of Stones is like pentacles. So they're not just asking you to do them a favor. They want to compensate you for this, whatever this is. And I see, look at this bow has things growing on it. So whatever this is, it's not going, this is just the beginning. It's like there's something that you do that maybe you just think it's fun. You know, like maybe you paint or you sew or something. something that you're passionate about that you do, and maybe you just think it's fun, you just enjoy doing it, but somebody's really impressed with how well you do it, and they're like, hey, you know, would you paint a picture for me, or would you take some pictures for me at this event, or would you, you know, knit or crochet this blanket for me, whatever it is. Somebody is recognizing your skill, your creativity, and asking you, proposing to you to do this, and they're going to compensate you for it. Wow, I love that. Okay. The sun of life. This is success. So you're going to be a big hit. I'm telling you that whatever this is, it's going to lead to more opportunities. It's introducing you to this whole community. It's like this person, they may not even be your friend. It may just be some person that sees something or heard something that you do it. Like, let's say you work in an office and you have something on your desk, or you said something at a meeting and word got around that you have this interest. And then this person, who they may not even be in your department, they come over to your desk, you're like, hey, I heard that you do this thing, and I was wondering if you would do it for me. And then word gets around, and it just takes off, you know, it just explodes. I mean, look, we go from this tiny little spark to the sun. It's huge. And we started out with the yellow citrine, which is connected to your solar plexus. So this is you really being powerful and seen and creative. Nine of bows, respect. Interesting. Okay, so the nine of bows is, you know, the nine of wands. And it's interesting in this deck, it's respect. I told you, you're going to feel recognized. You're going to feel respected. It's whatever this is, it's like elevating your status. This person is literally being lifted up off the ground. Wow. All right. With Juno partnership and opposition, confrontation, the 11th house, community, your 6 of arrows, and your 9 of bows, what I'm hearing is that in addition to you gaining respect, that you can help facilitate this by giving respect. So if you are experiencing some kind of struggle within any kind of relationship, to look for ways to build partnerships. So for example, if you work with somebody who maybe it just seems to you like they're hard to get along with in whatever way, shape, or form, and maybe you're not even the only person who thinks that. Just like what I mentioned, if somebody says, oh, I heard you do this, for you to do that to them. And it doesn't have to be that you purchase, you know, a blanket from them or anything like that, but any little small thing like, hey, you know, you're good at emails. Would you take a look at this and tell me what you think? Or whatever their little niche is at work. It doesn't have to be a personal thing, but whatever their little niche is at work, just recognizing it and going to them and asking them to do you a little favor. Like, could you do me a favor? Because I really respect the way that you handled this situation, or the way that you wrote this email, or I really liked how you did whatever this thing is. Just find any little thing, tiny little thing, to compliment and to build some kind of relationship partnership with them. And that's going to help create this nicer community at that place. You know, the example is work, but it could be anything. And that's going to help you leave these troubled waters behind and be victorious within these relationships. Now, Nike was very strategic, okay? It looks like her eyes are looking down at this card. And so this card came up in another reading recently. It's about, you know, if you were in martial arts, you would study your opponent. As you're competing against your opponent, you're going to notice that they always, you know, they have a tell. Maybe they do something before they strike, or they move to the left a little bit or something. And just kind of noticing their movements and how they fight is going to help you be more strategic in how to beat this opponent. And in this case, whatever this opposition is, you're being invited to somehow find a way to make a partnership with it. To, again, it doesn't, you don't have to be best friends or anything like that. You don't have to hang out with them outside of work. And that's just an example. It may not be work. It may be some other kind of relationship or some other kind of force or struggle, but finding a way to work with it. I recently heard somebody that they made their weakness their strength. And so it could even be an internal situation, something within yourself that you feel you aren't great at, and then making that a strength. Really beautiful message from Nike. Thank you so much. Please let me know how this resonates. I would love to hear if there's some current conflict that you've been struggling with and overcoming. And if somebody, you know, anytime soon makes a proposal to you to use your skills, your talents, and compensate you for that, or maybe it's already happened, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing about your journeys and your endeavors. Pile number 3, wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.